Hi everybody, welcome back to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way, and we are on part 2 of session 192. Yes, you heard that, 192 sessions. We've been playing this campaign for 5 years. My players are amazing, how about that? Unfortunately, we have a skeleton crew tonight, just because it's the holidays, but we had enough to play, so we are going to do a little short part 2 session, just so we can get the direction set up for next week, or whenever the next time we get to play, hopefully next week. And yeah, we're going to enjoy it. So the menagerie, after being flung out of the chaos realm, not teleporting to the location or plane shifting to the location that they were hoping to, found themselves outside of the ruins of Green Hill on top of the Earth Moat. Working together, they managed to get themselves down and navigate through a new portion of the ruins of Green Hill, navigating through a portion where the ground and the gravity seem to be in conflict with each other as a large earth moat blocked out much of the sky, and they almost created like this low gravity area where they helped them travel quickly. Later, they came across an area on the that would have been on the outskirts of Green Hill proper, where the dead were interned, where they went to rest, and they found dozens of bodies in various states of decay, just floating, kind of suspended in air in various states of decay, some still within their coffins, others out and about. But thankfully for them, they weren't undead. They were just dead. They were just meant to be eerie and creepy. And they managed to venture forward. And then they made it into Green Hill, where the town would have been. And once they approached this like mounded cobblestone street, they began to climb it, and Carlos broke a section of it off by mistake, and it ended up just being a enormous iguana that had been warped to gargantuan sizes after being exposed to all of this chaos energy, and they were annoying pests on its back, and it was just trying to shake them off. In that moment of sliding off the iguana, Davis saw Magnus's tower, and in a frustrated sense of just being tired of traveling through all this chaos, called out to Magnus, forgetting about the mad titan, mad shits, and began to be attacked by these magic siphoning, consuming little tiny aberrations, which eventually they caused a chain explosion reaction where about 5 of them exploded in Davis's face, and Magnus extended the balcony railing out towards them, scooping up the menagerie and bringing them inside the tower proper. Once they entered the tower proper, there was a discussion about how they looked like worse for wear, and then Hayden noticed Rock unconscious, barely breathing, and rushed over. And that is where we pick up. What happened? What, is he okay? And he kind of leans over. He's like, okay, what happened to him?
I think Ben knew he had an idea of what happened. Like, he's here, but not here. He's tethered somehow to himself, but
Ben will.
Spiritual essences outside the inside.
He looks at you guys and then turns his head to Ben. What are they saying? Ben will say, well, we experienced many surges of energies as we traversed through the dangerous landscape and encountered its inhabitants. Rock befell to a numerous of these chaotic influences, and I was able to see. And he pauses. I myself became a celestial for a time, thanks to my deity.
it was pretty cool.
But I was able to see a thread, and it was not quite Rock's soul. I thought it was his soul, but it was something of Rock, his essence, his perhaps his. I'll roll for Ben. It's fine, because you guys are Jaegering enough, guys. 23 Arcana. I believe it was his potential made manifest. And we attempted to combine him with it. I believe we succeeded at the very end, as I believe I saw him return, and he's been like this since. And he'll go and explain the zing sensation. He thought it was a ghost, you know. I believe it was a ghost at first, but it's different. And I felt when I made contact with the projected form of him and his physical form at the same time, it almost drew something out of me. And Caden's listening, staring at Rock.
Does it look like Caden's looking at Rock's limp body, or is he looking at something else that might be his projection?
At the body. Yeah.
Okay.
No insight check needed. He's looking at like Rock's face, just slack and a little bit pale, almost like a sick green color rather than a vibrant green.
I'll just
Taking it in.
I'll reassure Caden to be like, we made sure to keep him safe because we figured we'll be able to fix this some way or another once we get here or somewhere safe. But
I understand.
he's okay. He'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Thank you for not leaving him behind. I know this is not something you would have done, but thank you.
Of course not. Bet you're welcome.
And almost without even motioning, you'll hear the sound of Magnus kind of shift over, walk over, and just scoop up Rock like he's nothing, right? And just with his larger form, walk over to one of these large, lavish, almost like therapy couches, and just kind of place Rock down, who is still in I would say his head is slightly out of his shell, but he naturally just tucks in when he's unconscious because of his feature, swift withdrawal, and just kind of places him there. And then Caden looks, and you see, because you were asking Davis, go ahead and give me an insight check on Caden, and then whoever else, let me know what you're doing.
Totem, give me the wisdom. 18.
18. He's looking at Rock, but now you see that once he's like shifted over there, he's starting to like kind of scan over Rock, and he's trying to pick some things out. And then you'll see Caden kind of make a hand motion, and you'll see like a spectral like glyph kind of form in front of him. And he grabs the glyph and kind of pulls it back over his face, and then you'll see Caden's eyes light up, and he's looking for something. And you see his eyes are like scanning him over. He's still concerned about his friend, but he's shifted to the focus is on Rock's thing. Huh?
He's like in fix it mode now. Like he's like, I know what I'm doing.
Or something. Yeah, he's in analyze mode maybe more than anything.
Do you like you'll be able to get him? Will you be able to get him back? Do we need?
I don't know. I have no idea what happened to him. What you're explaining to me is not something I have encountered. His body is beaten and bruised, but it is not in a critical state.
No, he was. I mean, he took some hits, but it definitely was not. It was not, knocked out. Like.
Oh, I'm aware he's tougher than most people give him credit.
Jesus.
Again, allow me some time to focus, and we will convene here shortly about. Well, we need to know what you've accomplished.
I'll start taking the pet things off of my back, out of my pack, and off my back, the teleportation circles, and slapping them down on the ground because I want to go take a nap, and I don't want to have to be called upon to get them.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna place them like in the, because I assume we're in like that kind of like there's like a salon type area. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just kind of lay them out. There you go. Let these guys explain. I just took a bit of a hit, so I'm gonna go lay down.
And Lunlun will kind of walk with you, with Cielo kind of, clutching, and then where you go lay down, Lunlun curls up next to you, and Cielo just falls asleep in the fur of Lunlun. So, all right, Al, Karos, Ben, Marb, and then and you guys never bamped Pebbleback. Okay, cool. Um, so Karos, Al, anything you wish to explain, provide information, role play a little bit, or you just want to kind of continue forward?
About the trip to what's his face or
Anything,
Maybe,
like,
maybe the two pieces of the teleportation thing I just slapped on the ground and left.
oh yeah.
and then you got the third. Magnus will say, what was he carrying? Why does that...
I'll
What
bring
is...
out the third one and be like, well, here's the circle or the pieces of it.
Is that my floor?
I'd assume so.
Maybe.
That is very strange seeing it and... Huh. Very well. Well, thank you for retrieving my floor and part of me.
We kind of
It's a good
got
floor.
in a subspace of the chaotic area after we found these, so we weren't sure if we could come back the way we did. Guess we weren't really sure if we could or how to repair them while we were in there. So I don't know.
I mean, perhaps it is best... Well, perhaps it's best you didn't repair it while you were there, because maybe you would have been stuck. You would have closed the door on yourselves and then never been able to get out. And then I would have lost some friends. That would have made me sad. I don't want to be sad. Aiden's sad enough right now. Looks over. So,
Good
um,
point.
I assume we have some research to do and some stuff to figure out and something to figure out. So, yeah, I'll let you smart ones do your thing. I'm going to go make sure that nothing gets inside of here. And then when you rest, I will have something for you.
Sounds good.
I will say, though, I still can't feel what's on the other side of that door. So I understand that we did not finish what you set off to do.
Yeah. Kind of opened up into a big
Right.
everything and nothing.
Okay. Well, I know that with this, at least we know that we can... I don't know. I hope with this we can set some things right. Close the tear. Whatever, and he looks over to you, Al, shifting his large head. Whatever you read in those books.
Right, right.
Mm. Okay. Well, I will keep us safe in here. Y'all do what you need. Looks like you've been through a lot. With that, unless if you guys have anything you wish to interject or that, I kind of imagine Marb kind of helping you, Al, as best as he can to find what information you might be looking for. I think Ben would also be interested in contributing to this. Karos, I'm not sure what you would like to do, as the rest of your companions are kind of like, gathering tomes and research and using Magnus's awareness of the area to help them locate useful things and useful tome. Caden seems to be focused in on rock, trying to piece the parts together. What would you like to do, Karos?
I think Karis is a bit wiped, but seeing as we've been on the move all day,
Mhm.
just gonna go back and make some more food in the mega kitchen.
It got hot. I love it.
Good man,
Fuck me,
good
I
man.
typed that in chat as you were saying
Yeah, you literally did. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Okay. So we'll say that, I guess the intent is to get a long rest. The intent is to mend yourselves. The intent is to not rush into things as you guys just went through a multiplanar insanity. Al, and understanding what it was that you guys destroyed, fell. Uh, you guys find what semblances of rest that you can. Al, I kind of picture it, if you allow it, that you fall asleep face first in the books, trying to push yourselves, but eventually exhaustion kicks over. Barb, playing off of, what Marb values most in the world is knowledge, even though, because it's his sense of power. He's there alongside with you, but he falls, asleep as well. Ben, at some point, gets up and assists Caden with attending to Rock and tries to give him some more explanations of like what was happening, what he felt, what he saw. And he'll explain that zinging feeling, that sucking, like as if it was like taking something from you and him each time y'all made contact with both. Can I get can someone roll me a d20 just for Caden, and I'll add his modifiers? And then I'll roll Ben. He's gonna do a medicine check, and Ben will do it. Okay.
Somebody beat me.
You're not bad.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
No, no.
So working together, spending through the night, they do find respite. When Ben and Caden wake, they find rest, but then they kind of naturally wake up early, because they're still concerned about Rock, and Rock continues to be in like this comatose-esque state. There's a realization that came to Ben as he was sleeping that Rock carries with him something that consumes. He has a unique connection and bond with an entity that probably has never had a connection or a bond with anything on this realm before. It reached into the dreams to assist y'all. It is there along him. And Ben correlates that consuming feeling with the bag of devouring. It was doing something. It was taking from y'all, mostly Ben, and rather than consuming for itself, transferring what it could to Rock to try to fix the situation. That zinging feeling, that siphoning feeling, was what allowed the bag to make contact with Rock's mortal flesh and the potential, once Ben made contact with both of them, and siphon. The bag is fixed in a stupid kind of way.
What you cut out a little bit? You said the bag what?
Fixed him
Oh.
was what was fixing Rock, but in a spooky kind of way. It was taking from Ben mostly, and then Al that one time, and siphoning it and remending the connection between Rock's potential and its physical form. Because I will tell you now, before the thing was, it wasn't his soul, it was his potential. It was his energy, his future, his timeline that was shunted out of him. That's why it didn't act like a soul or a ghost. The bag managed to stitch it back in every time It's kind of like when you connect the circuits. I needed a physical median touching the body and the potential to be able to stitch him back together. And it was using the life force of the people that touched both to suck him and kind of stitch him back together. The bag helped. But all of you kind of eventually find yourselves coming to. Karos, your creations with the gut pot cabinet strewn about in perfect condition, as they do not seem to rot or get stale or develop like a film or a skin when exposed to the air, as normal foods may have. Caden, comfortable enough with the realization that Rock is stable, calls for the menagerie to gather. And so when you guys gather around, he said, well, I will need to understand everything that has been going on, and I know it is a lot. But Magnus and I, since Rock has given me this tower, and Magnus likes y'all, and Magnus just emphatically nods his head yes in his stone form. Y'all are great. Y'all are, yes, you guys are, yes, friends, awesome. We found interesting. We found things that we think you might be able to use in your numerous quests that likely lay before you. And you'll see Magnus, his big form, stone over, and you'll hear the sound of wheels, cartwheels, just kind of being pushed. And you hear like little rattling of glass and wood, like a little caddy is being pulled up to you. And you see this rotund gargoyle form with short stubby horns, a big bovine almost like snout that's kind of gets flattened, just a different one of the gargoyles that he has. And as he pushes the cart towards you, you'll see that there's a smattering of objects upon it. And you guys have been exposed to these before, and you get the sense that and you know where you're at. And these are magical items, magical artifacts and tools and relics. And Caden, having traveled with you, said, well, I know you've been exposed to these and similar items of such artifice and arcane nature. And truthfully, they are doing no good staying here. And I do not know exactly how you gaze upon me as friend, foe, nuisance, but you are Rock's friend. And I'd like to think that someday I may be your friend. I wish for you to take these, use them as you see fit, fix the tears here, fix whatever else may blight and ail this continent, this world, because what I have witnessed and experienced with y'all in my confinement is there is such great potential amongst all of you. And this, and he kind of, waves his hand, and you'll see there's a pair of like metal bangles. Set in them are dozens of small blood red gems. None of them the same shape or the same cut, but it all works together. And they're so red and so intense that the metal almost looks red, even though it's clearly not. There's a simple, and this is odd, but it's a piece of vellum, old, and it has a brand pushed into it of like arcane origin. Uh, simple, simple in some ways where it's circles and lines, but there is some degree of complexity into it. You see an interesting relic. It looked the you've heard of uh, pieces of individuals that may get preserved and then passed down as uh, trinkets and all that. Some being like maybe the finger bone of a saint, or um, a bundle of hair from a maiden. What you see looks to be a clawed finger of some sort. Uh, well preserved, um, not so that it's like fleshy, but it does still have fur on it. You see this dark. The best way I can explain it is like a nail that you would imagine was used to like crucify somebody. It is this thick, long metal nail, jagged edges. Well, not jagged, but like sharp edges, and it is made of this dark, cold iron. And lastly, you see this square, yellow, probably topaz-like gem, and it is perfectly cut so that when you look at it, all the lines are even, the angles are perfect, and the light that reflects from it comes off in these beautiful vectors of light in this yellow tone. These are given to you. These are to be distributed and used amongst you. These are 5 loci that you can see and do wish with as you see fit. I need help putting them into Foundry, but I will, share them in D&D Beyond, and that'll be our homework as you guys rest. And the last thing as we pick up next session is Davis knows what's humming. You guys also get to level. So not only do you get a chaos, a chaos boon, not only do you get new items, but you also get to level. So, if you guys want to, the 3 of you that are here, you guys can roll HP if you know what class you're taking with our rule.
I mean, so so that we wouldn't technically level till we rest, right?
No, well, this is you completed your rest.
Oh, so we did already? Okay.
That's what this was.
Okay.
got my
So
books bed.
this is the next day.
This is the next day.
Okay. So hitting the long
Where-
rest button.
Yeah, you
And then
guys can
I'll
hit.
pop the calendar ahead of day.
Yep, and I will paste the items into here, and we'll have to, make them. Oops, what did I do? Give me a moment. And then, yeah, guys, that, and again, if you guys know what class you want to do, we'll just go ahead and roll it. We'll get your HP set, at least over the recording. We'll let our friends roll theirs next time they show up. And then we'll end the recording as Crass Menagerie is within Magnus's tower, getting gifts of objects and tools and magical items that will benefit them, that are just sitting here rotting away, not doing anything, as they still need to come up with a plan on how to steal the various hairs that link the teleportation nexus to the realm of chaos, and how to awaken Ben. Or not Ben, awaken Rock.
I would like to think about it. Like, genuinely, I probably would have. I'm almost definitely gonna take another warlord level, but like, given the chaos stuff that happened, I'll have to think about it.
Okay. That is fine. So we'll do HP rolls and figure out that then probably next time. Give you guys some time to think.
I'm gonna roll hit die dice now.
Oh, just to heal?
Well, no.
Well, it's long rest. To see if you get him back.
See if I get him back.
Oh yeah, you're baleful.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and you guys rested in a place of sanctuary, and you rested with food, so you don't have to use your healer's kit and all that stuff.
Or rations, right?
Or rations, yeah. You guys had all that provided to you. Hack pawn. Oh yeah.
3 back.
Is it 4 and up?
Half hit die back per long rest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4,
half.
5, and 6 I get it back. 1, 2, and 3 I don't.
Yeah, I think we did it so that everybody should have at least half their hit dice. So I think everybody should be full. Although now, make sure you take your Hero's Feast off, because that would...
Hero's Feast fades. All those little buffs and boons that you guys got, minus the permanent ones that I told you, are gone from the Chaos Realm.
Yep. I dropped one of CLO's -1s.
Yeah. And you can get rid of the exhaustion as well.
Yep, that too.
New baleful die number is...
You mean Nirvana?
Yeah.
Nirvana is 12.
Okay.
Bad.
Oh yeah, I gotta do Totem.
Totem, yeah.
The Redeemer I think is set for like Dawn, which is a weird... Like,
No, it
doesn't
shouldn't.
reset. It doesn't reset on new stuff.
It should be after, yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, magic items are on dawn or dusk or whatever, but long rest, you can just click it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
give it to you. Alright. So I pasted them, and just because I don't like it, I don't like it when we watch, like, Critical Role and they don't read their shit. It makes me annoyed. I like to know what they're getting. Or, like, you watch other ones and they don't read it. So, the Blood Price Bangle. Currently, it's a fix for the Bangles. They are blood gems that are used. They can be, the special is, they can be affixed to any jewelry. So, amulets, rings, bangles, etc. The special is, your attack rolls have their critical strike range expanded by 1. At the DM's discretion, or when you critically strike a target, you can choose to have your current and maximum hit points increased by 1 until the user unattends to this loci. Your death saving throw are reduced by 1, plus 1 for every proficiency bonus maximum health you gain. So, yeah, the more health you gain, the harder it is to succeed on death saving throws for this thing. And it's permanent until you unattune. So, next item, Enchanters Unburdening Loci. And you can affix to any magical item that does not have another loci affecting it. And that it would normally require attunement. This magical item no longer requires attunement. The item cannot have any other loci affected. Pack Paws Regard. This is the furry clawed finger. When affixed to a magical weapon, it gains a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls. When the target has its reduced to 0 or is prone, you deal 2 additional weapon die damage as force damage to it. Painsmith's Rectification. The nail. That looks like a crucifixion nail. When affixed to a weapon, it gains a +1 bonus to attacks and damage rolls. This would also work for like hand wraps or like normal strike. We don't have a way to get it. Special. When you take the attack action and miss all your attacks, you can make an additional attack. Try and rectify it. And Vector, the perfectly cut topaz. When affixed to a melee weapon specifically, it gains a +1 damage to attack roll and damage roll. Special. You can make your melee attack as if it was a ranged attack with distance determined by the weapon's properties. The damage is force unless the weapon would deal a different type other than piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing, your choice. So if your weapon does radiant damage, you can choose to blast him with a radiant. If it does necrotic, blast him with a necrotic. If it does poison, blast him with poison. The factors are, if it is, well, let's skip light and reach. So if it's a finesse weapon, it has a 60-foot reach or range. If it's a heavy weapon, it has a 90-foot range. If it's if it doesn't have the light or the finesse property, the finesse or the heavy property, its base is 120. Now, if it happens to have the light property, it reduces it by a factor, and it puts it. So the finesse becomes 30, the heavy becomes 60, the others 90. If it has the reach property, it actually increases it. So the finesse becomes 90, the heavy becomes 120, and another item becomes 100. Basically allows you to have a melee weapon that is also a ranged weapon.
Be super sick if the Redeemer wasn't already basically an artifact.
Yeah. Redeemer, yeah. But hey, you are unlocking things as you go. So,
yeah. Although, wait a minute. Do we go? We're up to one. We can do exceptional or whatever now. I think, right? When we're level 6, because our proficiency bonus goes up now, right?
so will go up. So yeah, when you guys level, your proficiency bonus goes up. You are now, because we don't necessarily play with, like, we kind of added a couple categories of items, right? Like exceptional and perilous or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you are able to essentially take an uncommon item and affix as many loci as possible to make it to the final tier, which is fearless, right? So yeah, I mean, have fun with this.
I have a question for you, Adam.
Yeah.
Are you ready for level 12 Armor of Agathis?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, guys, like,
it's only 60 HP. It's not like amazing, but it's like
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. I am ready for you to cast more spells that are limited to only gods. That's fine.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
Oh wait, yeah,
Happens
that's
to be-
people. So I guess not Rock, but Al and Ben are getting 9th levels now.
Rock gets a 9th level slot.
Well, he gets slots, yeah, but he can't prepare any 9th level spells yet.
Yeah. So now you know why I was working on
Right,
those spells.
right. Okay.
So yeah, big level because everyone's proficiency bonus is now 6. Big level because everyone that's a full spellcaster gets 9th level spell slots. Big level because everyone, I think, gets a 17th level feature at this point. Like, everyone, I think, gets something. So, but yeah, yeah, this felt right. You guys literally fought a Hecaton Kyries, okay?
And one.
Yes, you had insane luck on
and
time.
we did have a party die, or a player character die, but yeah.
Yeah, like, you had insane luck, and I know I messed. Ben should have taken double the number of attacks against him.
True.
I forgot.
Although
All right?
I'd forgotten. Although I don't think my locus mattered that much.
No, yeah, I mean, there's like little things, and you still have some loci that you guys don't have. What is Meritborn? Is Merit the one where you get to roll twice now? That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I think so. I have to look it up.
Oh, yeah, you get to roll twice. Jeez, that doesn't.
So yeah, I'll be doing probably a big update to the Materia stuff this week or next. I mean, before next time we play, because for one, I got to get the level 9 spells in there, but also I've been doing a lot of that document stuff in Foundry. So, yeah.
Yeah, guys. And yes, you guys have your features, and yes, I will start introducing them and everything. I wanted to have more of the guys here, or the players here, so that you guys can kind of find out what you guys have unlocked. But please update your character sheets. Make sure you got your Giant's Might. Make sure you got your spell casting on there. Make sure you got your glamour. Do all that. Unfortunately, we just haven't had a nice, smooth way to introduce it. I have an idea of how to do it, but I'd like to have players.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah. So enjoy. I think Carlos's dice finally are all D12s now, or whatever, all the same.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
Hallelujah.
I believe so.
Like,
Or at
that's
least,
the
I think it'd be
problem.
weird if it wasn't.
Yeah.
All right. I have not stopped the recording yet, but I guess now it's probably okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Bye,
The-
recording.
the-
17th level.